Hey, yo, y'all know me, Pops Fans Ant from the Madness Comic Network. The Madness Comic Network coming to Roku. You can check out our preview channel right there, right now. Look, we're bringing all of our content to Roku. I'm excited. You should be too. A shout out to Hart Fisher at the American Horse Channel, baby. Woo! You know what's up.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they have just, I mean, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
I like these calm little moments before the storm.
Money comes big, yeah. It's not small, no.
Kiss my entire.
Oh, my darling, not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Your coffee, sir.
Thanks, beautiful.
You're welcome.
This is a man's world.
Wow. Welcome, boys and girls, to Doc's Coffee Shop, the podcast that won't rust, bust, collect dust, kink, steam, or turn pink in the rainy season for 90 days, or your money gladly refunded. I have never in 30 years stumbled over doing that. It's more evidence I must have had another stroke. Oh, how are you doing, chat? Let's check in with you. Who's hanging out? Hello, Devil's Air. Hello, Abo Grizz. Good to see you guys hanging. And all you lurkers that are out there, we can hear you breathing. We know you're there. So my esteemed co-host, Tanner Hurley, the extraordinary, the amazing Tanner Hurley, is away taking care of matters at the VA today. So we wish him well. We were talking earlier, and I said, well, have a good day. He goes, it's the VA. What are you going to do? I'm like, okay, well, have the best day you can then. Because, yeah, it's never pleasant to go to that place. Let's see. My hat's crooked. There we go. Or maybe my head's just crooked. I'm confused now. There's Tiggo Bitties in the wait. What picture, Grizz? My goodness. All right. So anyway, having said that, I want to just my one little rant I'm going to say today. You can check it out over my channel. I was one of the first to break the news. Gina Carano, backed by Elon Musk, is going to sue the shit out of Lucasfilm and Disney. To that, I can only say, best wishes to you, Gina. Go get them. I hope you're just the first in a tsunami of people finally getting some justice for the cancel culture nonsense that's been going on. Remember, boys and girls, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The Bible calls it reap what you sow. That pendulum is starting to swing back the other way. It is swung as far left as it's going to go. If you are standing in the path of that thing when it comes swinging back, may God have mercy on your worthless soul. Oh, yeah, this is a man's world. You always looked at the coffee. You did not. Come on. So before we get into our regular segments here, let me bring out a little backup here.
Won't you get in trouble if the boss shows up?
Oh, no, it's the boss here? Hey, wait, I'm the boss.
Just it's what it is. I'm going to say, as proud as I am of Elon for helping Gina, I want my fucking Twitter account back. So, for Elon, good job. For Elon's minions, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him at odds with one of his executives on a live stream once, where she was pretty much saying, well, yeah, free speech, but we're going to blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. You're not going to impeach free speech.
Go free speech, blah, blah, blah. I go, well, that's why you don't get it.
Exactly right. Exactly. It's either free speech or it's no speech. Pardon me while I have a coughing fit.
But yeah, I had a little, rant session of my own this morning, Doc. I was like, just so many weird internet things this week that I had to, I had to get it out, man. And I had to get it out in a way where it's like I'm not beholden to anything other than my own words, my own, thoughts.
Yeah, that's what it's for the same reason when I do one of my free refills, it's just on my channel. I don't want anyone to think I'm speaking for anyone but me.
They're on my channel still. I get to do that. So I make sure it goes there because, you never know. The show could have went a different way. I might have showed some ads, but as the show went on, I just wanted to get more and more of that shit out so that it doesn't interfere with every show.
All right.
You know what I mean? That was the purpose. Get it out so it doesn't interfere with every other show. So
greetings, Gable. Good to see you, sir. The conspiracy currently going around, Gable, is that you and Yucky Gum are, in fact, one and the same persons. I'm going to need both of you on a panel at the same time talking over each other to disprove this. Let me know when.
Well, I remember when you and I were one and the same. Remember that?
I missed that one.
Oh, man. It was like, about, I don't know, 7-8 months ago. And somebody was like, I think you and Pops are the same person because you never see them together. All you ever see is his hands, blah, blah, whatever. It was like, are you guys for real? We had to go out and do a show about right after that. Just to fucking
that's funny. That's funny. I don't care who you are.
I know. It was ridiculous. It's like we don't sound alike. It's like, yeah, it was bad.
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations until speaking with my lawyer. I see how it is. I see what's up.
Yeah, that kind of leans. That kind of leans to a certain assumption. Just saying.
So the city of New York decided it would grant illegal immigrants the right to vote in city elections. Fortunately, their state Supreme Court said, "No, the fuck you won't." So there is still a little sanity left up there, but for the life of me, I couldn't imagine, like, the state I live in is a red state minus the capital, which is blue.
Yeah, same here.
If my state goes blue, I'm out. I'm not going to live in a blue state. They're just
see,
they are microcosms
There's
of
just blue
absolute
cities.
woke insanity, and I'm not going to be a part of that.
There aren't any blue states. There's just blue cities.
Yeah.
True
that.
Look at that map, man. It's red everywhere except for a few big cities.
Yeah. And that, boys and girls, is Civics 101, why we have an electoral college, so that minority does not rule us.
Yeah.
All right. It is time for us to do a little segment we like to call So here we go. Women entering the workforce were doing a vital and important job back in the day. And when this one lights up, bring me coffee. I'm just kidding. Women have always been vital in the work. Anyway, I know it's tragic the Wi-Fi isn't working, but let me tell you a story of catastrophic proportions from my childhood.
Ooh, that was cassette tapes and 8-tracks.
It was
everything we used.
It was heart-wrenching when this happened. Heart-wrenching, I say.
Mm-hmm. What's that, Cookie Monster's cousin right there or something?
I don't know. It's Coffee Monster.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think there's any such thing as a coffee problem. Yeah, and then there's this one. Normally I have questions, but after the last 3 years, I think I'll just keep driving.
Yeah, not sure if it's jumping for the moon or what, huh?
At this point, who cares? You just keep driving. Nothing.
Come here, Rocky.
I know nothing. And this was good. The thumb, I show approval. The index finger, I wear one. The ring finger, I wear a ring that symbolizes love. The pinky, I'm used for special purposes. The middle finger, well, this is awkward. I would say the middle finger may be the most powerful of the fingers. Anyway, if you see this, you can't unsee it.
They're twins, biologically.
I think it's the same
Hi,
person.
Gary.
I think it's the same person.
I think they're twins.
Going outside to shovel 26 more inches of global warming off the driveway.
Rocky, you want to say hi to anybody?
Rocky.
Say hi.
Rocky.
Oh, he sneezed at you.
Rocky.
And now he's walking away.
Oh, you dirty dog. All right. So anyway, there's a reason the Empire lost. And we do have, by the way, photographic record of the last time a man drove his wife around in peace. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I did not contribute anything to these this week. This is all Doc. I'm just letting you know.
McDonald's called out order 867 and I yelled 5309 and nobody laughed, and then I felt old and ate my burger in the playground area. You know, some things are just timeless. Timeless. Oh man. Doctor, I'm depressed because of the weather in 30 years. Have you tried destroying priceless artwork?
Yeah, because that will make you feel so much better.
Yeah, then that'll definitely change the weather. Fuck off. Fuck off. Those idiots make me sick. So this has been another episode of All right. So as we start our next segment, our next regular segment, I want to bring out our guest so he can participate in this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him, Rex Christian, Momentum Concept.
Hey guys.
Hey Rex, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, I've been just sitting here bored as shit.
Oh, thank you for the compliment on my show. Thanks for coming out. All right, moving on to the next thing.
What's up, Dillard?
Let me
Pencils
see.
down.
Let me see. Carrie says, yes, I did see it. It's adorable. Are we Tannerless again? Yeah, Tanner is at the VA today. Dillard is in the chat, says morning. Good afternoon, Dillard. Tanner, you are missed.
Good morning where he is.
Yep. Yeah, you know, he just comes out and immediately slam dunks my show. Just, you know. Rex, we do a little segment here, our Babe Barista of the Week. So every week we pick a blonde, a brunette, and a ginger to go head to head for our Barista of the Week. All right.
Ava Gardner.
The poll is pinned over on the Madness channel. You can vote.
YouTube channel. Yes.
You can vote for our returning champion for the second week defending her crown. What did you name her?
Trailer Trash.
That is Hard Rock Ginger.
Hard Rock Ginger. All right.
Look, if you win a couple weeks, we got to give you a name. You're not just the redhead anymore.
Right. And this week, challenging her, we've got our blonde Betty.
Better, but no.
Yeah, I don't like the bow lips. I never have liked Botox lips. I'm sorry.
And our brunette.
This one though.
Our brunette Brandy decided to put in an appearance. Hello, Brandy. How are you? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you. So again, you can vote for our returning champion, her blonde challenger,
or I don't think so,
and her brunette challenger. Be sure you get your votes in before the end of the show. We'll tally up and we'll see who our winner is. Can our redhead ginger metal chick win 3 weeks in a row?
Sketchbook cracks me up. He says, "You know she's a dirty one when there's undies, when their undies don't match." Yeah.
Wow, chat jumped on me. Carrie says, "I'm praying by the end of the day, Rex is 100% funded. He is well on his way." We're going to bring that up here in just a moment. Pops, if you could go ahead and bring up his Fund My Comic and have it standing by, that'd be great. Listen. I'm sorry, Carrie. I did the best I could. All I could get was Rex for eye candy, so that's just going to have to do you. John, they're for you. They're not for me. Brunette, there we go. Where are their organs? Where are their organs, for fuck's sake?
I have granddaughters. I don't have any great-granddaughters. Okay, I'm still years away from great-granddaughters.
I may have some great-granddaughters. I'm not sure.
I'm not. I have one great-grandchild. But I have one. Yep. So that brings us to this portion of the show where we're gonna talk to this bozo. Where we're gonna talk to this bozo right here. He's got a little campaign going over on the Fund My Comic. Now, Rex, our audience is crossover.
And I wish I could kick myself about right now.
Okay. I don't really know how to proceed from there. Rex.
Well, you said bozo, and I kind of wanted to.
How dare you?
This guy here, we share a mixed audience, so chances are you know who this guy is. But for those that don't know who you are, Rex, why don't you give everyone a little intro to who you are and what you do?
Oh, I wish I had control about right now. Do the 4 o'clock Shadow Daily on YouTube, 4 Central, 5 Eastern, on the Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can find me most streaming 24/7.
Yeah, I didn't ask for the commercial. I said, "Who are you?"
No.
Oh, who am I?
What do you do? Who are you?
Who are you?
Philosophical question. Well, okay. On the campaign, it says comic book creator. I'm not sure. What does it say? Comic book creator, super collector, host of the Daily 4 O'clock Shadow, and all around good guy ?
Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah,
I'm trying to shift gears from being a guest on your show to actually hosting my own show.
Okay. We'll take it out of gear first.
Okay. So, we're not being sexist, Carrie. We're simply catering to our audience.
I absolutely am being. It's Doc's channel. I don't care if he gets struck.
Carrie, he was scolding you about the movie, not about your appreciation of Hemsworth's booty.
Let's bring this up here. So Rex Christian, of a $2,000 funding goal over on Fund My Comic in 4 days, is at 97%. That
less than 4 days.
Pops, can you play that trailer?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see.
Carrie.
Right on. So Rex, tell us about this book. How many pages? What happens in this book, sir?
48 pages. We got 28 pages. Devil Flyer story. He takes on the mafioso in Chicago. We have a Grave Tale story with Bog. It's more about the villain of the piece, which is a killer clown that preys on children, than it is about the hero that finds a solution to the problem. And then we have a 2-page Inner Man story done by John Dillard, which is basically a short introduction to that character, who will get a lot more play in the next issue, a lot more play, because I will have one character that is a major character, which is, of course, Devil Flyer, always. And then because it's his title, right? And it's all centered around him. He's kind of the hub of the universe. And then, or seems to be anyway. And then we have another character that will always be minor, lengthier than the rest of the stories. They're all tied up. It's not really an anthology. It's all the Devil Flyer story, but it's told in different perspectives. And so you'll have Devil Flyer as a main character featured heavily, and you'll have a secondary character. I hate to put that because I put them all on equal footing, but you'll have a secondary character that is majored in each issue. And this one, it's as you know, because we're working on it now, you and I, artwork for the Bystander story, which will give it that cosmic feel, that grandiose, that there's more to the universe, and it will feature more characters than any other story. Although I'm going to have to go one better than Dillard did on this cover, because there's 14 characters on this cover.
Yeah,
so
that is a John
and
Dillard
all these
cover.
characters and more will be within that story.
A John Dillard cover. Great job, John, as always.
Plus, we have a drawn-in tier, where they can be drawn
let's,
into
let's
this.
go through those. Let's go through these rewards here, Pops.
Okay.
Scroll for us. All right. So to begin with,
we got one super bundle where you get. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. We got one super bundle that is kind of unique out of all the bundle stock, and that's it's not the actual page artwork. The artist wanted to keep that for the Devil Flyer story, but now my preliminary storyboarding, if you will, for Grave Tales and all the preliminary work for which was quite substantial. Some of the stuff that didn't make it in it, some will be featured in the back of the artist edition, which is being designed by Glenn Fleming, will be all in this one big super bundle, along with everything on the campaign, which is a bog tapestry drawn by you, colored by Carol's Colors, and produced through your manager, Anthony Romano, and have all 3 covers, which is the John Dillard Draws cover. Awesome stuff. Who's leading the pack right now? John Fernandez, who did a watercolor cover, what we're calling the Golden Age cover, where he has a different color costume, and Jimmy Reyes wraparound cover, which he's working on it now. Plus, you get a standee and, of course, the artist edition, as I mentioned before.
All right. And then we have, scrolling down,
this $300 bundle. It has everything in it except for the big file. You get the standee, you get the treasure edition, all 3 covers, plus the artist edition.
All right. And a tapestry. $25 is the,
right.
Now this is this is the book.
That's
right?
That's the main cover. It will be magazine size to make it more epic. It will be saddle stitched, or what we call stapled. It's that square bound, doesn't lay flat often, and I just don't prefer that. I prefer my comic book stapled. So this will be a stapled magazine that you receive.
All right. So you can get cover A or cover B.
Yep. Or the variant wraparound. Yeah,
the wraparound cover by
Jimmy Reyes.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Reyes, yeah, the great Jimmy Reyes.
And then we also have a high quality blank cover, which you can very easily draw on your own characters or Batman, or I don't care what put on it. Devil Flyer or some of the other creators within the Momentum universe will absolutely have a blank variant cover.
All right.
You can get all three main covers, A, B, and C, or if that's what you want to call it, a variant cover wraparound for, and you get a price break of like $15 off of that. And the blank cover up above was is $5 less because it's a little bit easier produced. Then we have the draw-in tier, $175. I think that's reasonable. It'll be a cameo shot. It'll be within the very cosmic-oriented story that you and I are working on now, among others, the Bystander story. And then we have an original piece of artwork here of early stuff, sort of a spin-off of what, from the fervent mind of John Philandes himself, that did a cover, a trading card, and the interior artwork. He is in his early 70s, had 2 eye surgeries at the time, drew it to scale, very small. This piece here is a single piece that he was like suggesting maybe alternative name, I think, on there, alternative look, creepy look. And then we have the Abbey tier where you can buy my dog a meal.
For $2, you can ensure that Rex's puppy eats well tonight. All right.
And trust me, that is important. Here is black and white. If we, I plan to have John Diller to do he's already started it, but complete a Marvel 25th anniversary type cover where instead of all the John Romita Jr. drawn characters around the edge of the cover with a center character in the middle, it'll be all my characters that kind of frame it in. And so if we make enough on the campaign, we'll have a clear acetate where it'll have the Devil Flyer logo printed on it and all the characters around the edge with Devil Flyer and all the characters down there below peeking out in black and white as pictured here.
Yes, John did color his own cover. All right.
Yeah.
What's up,
yes,
Stevie?
Indeed, you did.
Stevie.
And there's some of your artwork, interior pages down there too, Doc.
I didn't see that.
No, it's further on down because it's a feature after the Devil Flyer story, because it goes in like Devil Flyer, the Innerman story, then the Bystander story, then the Bog story.
Grave Tales.
Yep.
There we go. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yep. That's Doc Blalock's artwork from 2022. And we will be adding some of those pages to the tapestry art eventually to the campaign, along with other things. And if you back today, you get a free head sketch drawn by me, yours truly, on 140-pound cold press watercolor paper. And I'll probably do a wash on that and color it. We'll see. And then these are some shots, some stuff we've been developing. Some of this is going into the Bystander story. And if you back today, you get a free 6 a.m. sticker. 6 a.m. will be doing a Devil Flyer sticker. It's supposed to be just in his own style, patterned after John's great figure that he did on the cover.
All right.
I thought that would go great with the standee and the main cover. So I just said, I'll make it easy on you just to emulate that in your own style.
What is Grave Tales, says John Dillard?
Grave Tales is a story primarily about the killer clown. You can see him there. You can see him down below brandishing a knife. He has killed a clown, assumed his persona, and started preying on the children that the clown once went to the park and entertained. And Bog has to come in and stop him. And the bystander is in that story too. It's the only story. The bystander can show up in any story. He has greater latitude than the other characters. Not that other characters can't show up in other stories. It's just he has more movability because he's more of a cosmic watcher type character. So he can pop up just about anywhere.
Carrie says, do I get a head sketch then?
Yes, you do. And a 6 a.m. sticker of Devil Flyer. A lot of people put that as a stretch goal. I'm just going to give it to you free. So Great Tales is a crossover. Well, it's setting up the Inner Man story that you're drawing, Dillard, is linked up with the dialogue. But since the bystander is in Grave Tales, it's linked up with the bystander story, which is linked up to the Devil Flyer story.
The Bog character is Rex's. It is not to be confused with the Golem from my book Pariah. These are all Rex's characters.
Absolutely. Yeah.
John says, I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, buy my book, and well, I'll copy him a copy, I'm sure.
They're all crossovers, John.
With everybody, Doc, also with everybody's order, they get a charter member Devil Flyer fan club card, free of charge as well. So there's 3 items that you get: original art, your fan card club, and a 6 a.m. sticker. Not too bad for the price of admission, I don't think, to start off with.
Right on. No, that guy is not Jake Bishop. When Rex initially contacted me to do this work,
it was like
he started describing the bystander. I said, "Oh, you mean like this?" And I held up work of Jake Bishop. And then when he was describing that he had a swamp monster, I was like, "Well, funny you should mention that." So yeah, there's similarities, but they are distinct and different from one another, both story wise and a little bit visually. Even standard guy in a fedora and trench coat, a little bit different.
He denies it, but Doc is really Professor X. He just really read my mail on that first meeting about expanding. But now you did a character for me before that, and it was the Nubian, and she's pictured on John's cover.
Yeah. Hey, Jim O'Reilly, good to see you, my friend.
And with every issue, you will get some first appearance, because that's what makes comics collectible, the rookie card, right?
Right.
Whether it be an interior shot or whether it be the first cover they're featured on or what, everybody wants first appearances. I think in my Ashcan last year and the year before, you got 16 or 17 first appearances of characters. There'll be a whole bunch of first appearances in this magazine too.
Right on. All right.
And in every subsequent issue I do, no matter what the book is, it will have a first appearance of a character. That's what makes it collectible. That's what makes it valuable and worth collecting, I think.
So, Pops, if you could drop the link to the campaign, that'd be groovy. Head on over to Fund My Comic. Show Rex Christian some love. Remember, you can do everything from throw $2 to get his dog Abby a meal all the way up to his top tier on the campaign. Get over there and throw a little bit of love. Glenn Fleming, good to see you, sir. Always great to see the incomparable.
Wouldn't that be awesome if somebody backed the $2 Abby tour and that got us funded?
and then
Abby puts it over the top.
Abby gets all the credit. Where is Abby?
Yeah.
Rex.
Abby's right there laying down. as she usually is when I stream. It's not Abby though. It's the chat. It's the people on Twitter. It's the people on Facebook or wherever they see this and they go,
Yeah,
that
well,
looks interesting.
listen, we're going to talk about that.
Hey, Jim O'Reilly.
We're going to talk about this for a second, Rex.
Okay.
You managed to get 100 signups at least in like 5 minutes. What the hell, Rex?
3 days. Yeah. It was phenomenal. We got 60 in the first day. We kind of slowed up the second day to about 20 something. And then we got the rest over the top on the third day fairly early.
Now, I have talked, Rex, to numerous creators. That's unheard of. And then over on Fund My Comic, Devil Flower Momentum is skyrocketing toward fulfillment.
Yeah.
When there are other campaigns by people that are perhaps more experienced with doing books that are struggling to fund.
Yeah.
To what do you owe or attribute this success?
A lot of prayer by a lot of people. I mean, I got a praying mom, and when she prays, things happen, you know. And
there you go.
Not just her, but others in the chat. And you know, I just like to meet people. And for 2 years, I've had a plethora of different people on the show. And I know that some people that I just met as recently as December were very excited about the book and were some of the first backers. So they're appreciative that I've pushed their projects, that I've reached out to them. I do believe in the philosophy in meeting the needs of others, your needs will be met.
Mm-hmm. So, excuse me. So, Rex, what you're saying then, it is not your raw sex appeal that's doing this.
Well, that may help or hinder, Doc, as you well know.
No, I wouldn't know anything about that.
I mean, if you equate it to yourself, but apparently you don't. So I won't push it on you.
No.
Yeah. It might be internet pheromones. I'm not really sure. I just kind of discovered that was a thing recently. So could be I'm the purple man and just have an effect on people.
Maybe that's it. Now,
that's an old Marvel character, by the way.
Rex does stream every day, at least
that might
one,
help.
On the 4 o'clock shadow over on his channel. You can drop your link, Rex, and people can get over there and subscribe to your channel and follow you. As Rex spends a great deal of time talking to comic book creators, collectors, showing off his own collection of, which is huge, by the way. Rex, I know you haven't waited, but by volume, if you had to rent a truck to move your collection, what size truck would you need to get?
I've actually had to do that. Yeah, I would take a U-Haul.
Yeah, okay. They come in different sizes, Rex.
Okay, pretty big U-Haul. Maybe the
pretty big U-Haul.
Yeah.
My buddy,
I have 30,000 comics. That's not counting archives, omnibuses, other reprints, trade paperbacks, all the toys, collectibles, whatever. That's just the comics. Over 250 or 60 short boxes. Because I went to short boxes because they get heavy. Those long boxes do.
And this is, by the way, your second collection. Your first one burned up in a fire, didn't it?
1997. I lost everything. Lost my couch, my chair, my record collection. Had Bob Dylan's first album. Was probably my most prestigious thing from 1962, as far as music was concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But now here is a story, Dot, to underscore what I said earlier. I worked with this woman at World Color. I used to work for World Color. Those are the ones that had the contracts with Marvel to print Marvel comic books. I never sadly got to work on the Marvel comic books. And I was in the bindery section, not the printing section, although I did visit the printing section often and other places of the factory, the printing factory. When I worked there for a little over 3 years, and there was a woman I worked with, and she liked Foreigner. So out of my collection, apparently before 1997, I gave her my very first album, which was Foreigner, and another Foreigner album, maybe Double Vision. I don't know what it was, but those were the only 2 records that survived that fire. I met her, told her what had happened. She said, "You remember you gave me those albums? You want them back?" I met her again. She brought them to me, and it came back to me. So my cousin bought that to me when I was a child, when it first came out. So you cast your blessings on many water to many people, and it comes back to you.
All right, Rex,
everything else was destroyed except for something I had given somebody else, and they gave it back to me.
I had something stolen once that was very valuable, and I can almost guarantee the person who stole it would have no idea of its value. And anywhere he would go to try to sell it, they would have no idea of its value, and that it probably just got thrown away.
Yeah.
But when Rush released the album Hemispheres, the first 1,000 albums came with the necklace and a medallion. And I had one of those medallions with the album, the vinyl. And it was, I think it was red vinyl, but I never opened it up, so I don't have no idea. But I think the album was supposedly red. You know, the actual vinyl was red.
Right.
But, it's like, I know that I still had the album afterwards. They didn't get that, but they stole that medallion. They stole a lockbox that had the medallion in it, and I know they didn't. There was no paperwork with it telling. I knew what it was. I didn't need nobody. You know, there was nothing there telling what it was, how limited edition it was, or anything. But to a Rush fan, that thing's for thousands of dollars, dude. You know.
Kerry says, hold on. Kerry
Okay.
says, I bought the comic and Abby a meal option. I just did the Abby option again. Thank you, Kerry.
Oh, thank you.
Very
Kerry.
sweet of you. So, Rex, I know that you're an avid collector. You know more about comics. You've forgotten more about comics than I'll ever know. What made you decide to do a comic, and how long ago did you decide you wanted to do it?
I've been creating my own characters from the very beginning, Doc.
Like in the book of Genesis?
Yes. I mean, I was using clay tablets with stone chisels, rock, flint, what is it? Obsidian, pencils, and etching. As you know, I do scratch art, and that's kind of where the concept of that came from. After I graduated from finger painting on the Lausanne caves of France, where I depicted various things as hippos, giraffes, bison. I loved comics. Once I got into comics, you know, it was kind of like monsters comics. And I created my own comics, you know, would take writing paper, photo it over, staple it, and make my own books. My cousin kind of inspired me. He had a character called Lightning Man. And I said, I'm going to do something with that Lightning Man. I said, I was reading comics by that point, but it never occurred to me to do my own character. And that kind of got me started. I'm sure I probably drew, but I never considered drawing my own character.
What was the first character you created, and
Lightning
when
Man.
was that?
It was
And when was
plagiarism off of my cousin's character. I took his character, drew it in my fashion, and used the same name and everything. I stole it from him. Lightning Man.
And when was that? How old a fellow were you?
That was mid-70s, I guess.
Okay. All right. Now, not counting theft of your cousin's intellectual property, what was your first character?
Damn you, Doc. I guess it would be a 3-team after that came 3 characters in a team called the Dynamics. Diamond Man, Claw Girl, I believe it was, and I can't remember the other one. And of course, all that was lost in my fire, I think. And then I did a long-standing group of 7 individuals, I believe it was, called the Wonder Men, and I did like at least 8 or 9 issues of that. And then in 1982, I met Dave Snow and John Fernandez, who drew the Devil Flyer story.
Now,
they were
Rex,
doing
let me ask you on that
homemade
note.
comics.
We've talked around the Devil Flyer comic that John did for you. This wasn't something he did last year. When did he do this story for you?
Around the time I commissioned you, which would have been like 2022.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't know. You mentioned it earlier, but I want to hark on it. He didn't draw it on 11 by 17 paper. He drew it at size.
Yeah, I mean, like this is a John Buscema preliminary drawing that's bigger than 11 by 17. I assume this is an 11 by 17 that you did.
Right.
So it was not this big. It was this big.
Right.
He drew it 2 size, so that means he had to reduce it even more to have, a margin around for printing.
Right.
So he drew it real small. So when you look at this artwork, look at the scale of it, it's amazing. So if there's a few lines, once to blow it up at the magazine size, which, I got a promo of the ash can after I figured out that I needed more backup stories. I decided to do an ash can. So a preview. Did a 24-page preview. It's still up on Indiegogo. There was only 100 printed. Did 2 magnets, 2 trading cards, and 3 bookmarks that I did the artwork to on the bookmarks.
Great Wolf.
We did $1,300 off the ash can over time, so that was kind of successful.
What's going on, Grey Wolf? W.D. Smith. Good to see you.
Hey, Grey Wolf.
Oh yeah, Doc, I forgot to tell you. RJ gave us permission to put anything we want on his Twitter. So we're also on the Critical Blast Twitter right now, Rex, just so you know.
Right on.
That's new. We got another place we get to go. That's awesome.
Except for Twitter. Your old Twitter account, Pops. They robbed you.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. At the same time that I lost a huge following over there, RJ made it possible for us to broadcast to his instead, which is gets it all back, basically. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you mentioned RJ, because Critical Blast is going to be fulfilling this. He lives about 4 hours away from me in Eureka Springs. He's in Arkansas.
Critical Blast. RJ is the man. Hey, Pops, check private chat, buddy.
So asking me to read. Oh shit!
We're at that point in the show. We got to pay a few bills here.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
I knew there was a reason he invited me on.
We got to pay a few bills here. So Pops, roll that beautiful bean footage while you take this opportunity to refresh your favorite beverage.
Our newest sponsor, you guys, gonna love this.
Welcome to Mobamals. Mafia Animals Poker Playing Cards. Make 100. Where real-life mobsters meet the wild side. Let's dive into the intriguing world of this unique deck. Meet Carmine the Snake Persico and Vincent Mad Dog Call. Real-life mobsters with fascinating stories. Mobamals takes these characters and transforms them into their animal nickname counterparts. Introducing a 55-card poker-sized deck featuring 52 of your favorite mobsters reimagined as animals. Each card is a dedication to a different real-life mobster, complete with their name, nickname, affiliation, and birth-death years. But that's not all. This limited edition print run includes exclusive items like poker chips, signed decks, whiskey glasses, challenge coins, and even handmade Mobamal plushies. Don't miss your chance to be part of this limited edition experience. Back Mobamals, Mafia Animals Poker Playing Cards. Make 100 on Kickstarter now. Let's bring these mobster animals to life together.
And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. So it's that time of the show, boys and girls. So we're going to throw it open. If you want to come in and talk to Rex about Devil Flyer Momentum, you were invited to do so. Here's the rules. If I don't know who you are, might not let you in. And if I do let you in, you don't come in and poop on the floor. Pretty simple.
I have a rolled up newspaper.
You will get
I
swatted.
forget who we had on the channel. It was like Mark Polton or somebody. It was a big name. I don't know that we had on. And then Elsie was trying to get in, but he had just Z. And I'm like, who is Z? You know, and I let him on at the end, but I didn't recognize his voice. You got to be really careful about who you let on, you know, because
Right.
I've heard some horror stories.
Stephen B., show me your face, sir, so I know it's you. You know the drill. You don't come on my show and hide behind the icon.
He's like, just play my intro. He's like, just play my intro.
Rex.
Play the intro.
You got to give me a minute here.
There is no spoon.
Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Blaine. But isn't that why they invented tube socks?
Oh, he's so handsome.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Me, what's up, brother?
Adios, Steven.
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. Steven, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing good. You got a question for Rex, or you just wanted to come hang out?
Let's come hang out.
All right, bye.
Well, I got to give Steven some credit. You know, I had him on my show, and he was talking and showing some original artwork from his project, Christian Legends. Awesome books, by the way. And he had a character in there that inspired a character called Slaver, who you've drawn, Doc, which it just gave me the concept of, and sometimes it just starts with an ideal, right? It just gave me the idea for a zombie predator. And so I created Slaver, but Stephen B's sort of just panel work sort of inspired that.
Welcome, DH, to the panel. You got a question for Rex?
Hi.
You got a question for Rex?
Well, were there any artists that you really got inspired by when you were younger to start your comic stuff?
Well, I guess I got to give George Perez a lot of Doc's really likes George Perez stuff too. We're both George Perez super fans. I was fortunate enough to meet him once. Very nice man. That's what got me started collecting. So without that, I don't know that I would be in comics or doing comics. So I attribute a lot to George Perez. Of course, there were other artist influencers and stuff like that, but I've got to give a lot of credit to George Perez. He was the one that his artwork drew me in more so than legends like Jack Kirby or Gil Kane, although I've learned to appreciate all of them over time. That's kind of what got me collecting.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
So, what about writing, Rex?
Writing? Okay. Well, I mean, now, if he's looking at the campaign, I've got to clarify something. John Dillard's worked on it. Doc over here has worked on it. A whole host of artists are going to be featured in this. Tank Ferret and others, and myself. Writing about the time I created Devil Flyer, Doc, 2017.
Who? But the question is,
I had created Bog and. Oh, who's writing? I'm writing all the stories.
No, the question is, what writers inspired you?
What writers? Well, I guess Steve Englehart, that was probably writing Avengers at the time. I did pay attention to that. I think shortly after I started collecting, he left the book. I don't know who picked it up after that. Chris Claremont and the X-Men. Although I was collecting like X-Men like 2 years after I started collecting, because I never saw an X-Men book till X-Men 122, and I didn't pick it up immediately. I think my first issue was 127, I think. Probably the weirdest of the weird, I thought. And then of course Claremont's been on X-Men for like 20 years. So
yeah, plenty of time to get a good arc going. So one more time as we cross the 1 hour mark here, boys and girls, remember to get over and vote for the Babe Barista of the Week. Our returning champion, the Hard Rock Ginger.
Hard Rock Ginger.
The Blonde Betty.
Botox lips blonde.
Shut up, Pops. Or the beautiful brunette Brandy. Who will it be?
Brandy. You gotta love that name, Brandy.
See, now I have to get a coin out for the blonde and the redhead. See,
this time I have to go for the brunette. So
we'll go vote.
I just did. If it's
all right.
If it's still registering.
Now, Rex.
Yes, sir.
And I don't even know this, and I'm behind the scenes. I'm doing some of the work. What percentage of this product is done, ready to go?
It's probably, I'm guesstimating, but I mean, you and I are working on the last story, which is like 8 or 9 pages. But there is some lettering to be done. There's some spot coloring. I would say 85% or better of the project's already done. I've said on most of it and been working on it for over 2 years now.
Right on. So, in other words, once this fulfills, it won't take a hot minute to get her done.
It's going pretty quick for filming on this project. Yes, sir.
That's always
I can't wait to see it done.
Yep. Same.
Yeah, I think it helps to, I've fulfilled under a year on the ash can. And I think in a timely manner, not as timely. It was election year. Again, it's election year here, but I'm not probably going to go with the same printer. I'll have them definitely print up some trading cards and other things, but as far as the main book, probably not.
Got another guest.
Because they get busy during election time.
Got another guest to bring out here.
Okay. This guy boring you? Why don't you talk to me instead? I'm from a different planet.
Welcome, John Dillard.
Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. You?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm watching Sailor Moon transformations, getting hyped up for the day. Awesome. Doc, you ever hear tell of a cartoon called Sailor Moon?
I've heard of it. And I wanted to say about that, the Abbott Costello version was the best.
He doesn't have any idea.
I have no idea who Sailor Moon is. Don't care.
What's an Abbott and Costello?
That's what I meant. He doesn't have any idea. Doc, I got a little something for you. Or Dillard, you'll like this. You'll like this since you
I'll be the judge of that.
like Sailor Moon, right?
Oh, sweet Lord, have
It's
mercy.
like Sailor Moon, but super fat.
What are you doing with a picture of my ex-wife?
Who doesn't have a picture of your ex-wife, Rex?
I know, that's why she's my ex-wife. Now, John,
look, we're at
now,
19,
how close is this Devil Flare book to Sailor Moon?
$55 away from Bunny.
$55 away, boys and girls. Look, you need to get in here and absolutely.
And Doc cut himself off with his own clip.
John, you
what, Rex? Stop yelling at me. Gee whiz.
I'm excited. At this time, we've sold 21 books that sport your cover.
Yeah, basically, I heard you earlier. You were talking about what do you attribute the success of this book? You completely glossed over the fact that you have a Dillard cover. You were thanking Jesus and all kinds of people that weren't involved in this book at all.
Jesus was involved. He did the wraparound cover.
No, that's Jamie Reyes. You're getting Jesus and Jimmy mixed up.
Before you answer, Rex, I was on with Rex this morning, and when we got off, he was roboting really bad. So I had him do a speed test on his internet.
He's still using dial-up, isn't he, Doc?
It's his speed is literally slower than dial-up. Rex, I mean, is your internet there kerosene powered?
It's crank powered, Doc. I'll get on the bicycle later. It's stationed in my shower back here. Don't.
Is this some sort of a problem that you can address through throwing money at it, or is this something that you cannot help?
This is something absolutely I can address by throwing money at it. I need your money to get this funded.
Yes,
and
fund
to
Rex
get
so
a
he
new
can get off
generator.
of
And to get off dial-up, absolutely.
Fund Rex so he can get off of dial-up. Here's what I need. I need you in the chat and in the panel. If you have not yet backed Devil Flyer, Rex Christian's Devil Flyer magazine, get over to Fund My Comic. The link is in the chat. There's everything from a $600 tier down to $2 to feed his puppy. You can support.
Did you just call out the people on your panel?
I'm calling out everybody, John Dillard.
Absolutely will not back this book now.
You've already backed it by contributing your artwork.
He's not wrong.
No, I sold my artwork. There's a difference. I took money from this campaign.
You sold your soul.
I sold artwork to this campaign.
You contributed your talent, sir.
The biggest internet faux pas I've ever seen. He called out the people live on panel to back this right now.
I'm saying, everybody, get over here and let's back this thing. Let's get it across the finish line.
See, I get it. When you bring up stuff like this, Doc, it says that this channel is 100% soy free. I'm skipping over free. Just reading 100% soy.
No.
Well, the content is free. The channel is 100% soy.
No, you are completely wrong, John Dillard. So sit there in your wrongness and be wrong.
Just back it already.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
You're wrong, and you're a grotesquely ugly freak.
Womp, 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 womp. So I'm going on a hunger strike. I am not going to eat a bite until either Rex is funded or I get off this show.
Shall we keep the show going then?
No, I said until I get off the show. Which will be very soon. Very soon. Very soon.
Yeah.
Rex, again, just congratulations, man. You have just rocketed up through this thing. Fantastic campaign, fantastic sign up. I'm envious. I don't know how you did it, but wow.
It was a quick sign up too, Doc. As you know, it was about 2.5 weeks. I don't know. It wasn't a long sign up.
I've had longer sign-ups that I see.
Apparently it didn't need to be. Apparently it didn't need to be. You know, some people have a sign up for like 6 months, a year.
Oh, I use Critical Blast. Nice.
Yeah, just imagine how many signups you would have got if you took this campaign seriously.
I know, right? Damn me. Oh, well. And thank you, John Dillard and Jesus.
In that order.
Absolutely.
Did anybody else besides Dillard have a
he's
question for me?
He's streaming on dial-up as well. I mean, look at that camera quality.
I can't. It's a cheap laptop I got 6 years ago. And I don't have the money yet for a better one.
Okay. All right.
I needed it for school, and it's above average for the school that was needed. So
there you go. There you go. You needed it for school, so you got the bare minimum.
I got what needed plus a bit extra for games, but the camera quality I didn't check. So
all right.
I can't do anything about that. So
Doc's just calling people out left and right, isn't he?
I do. It's what I do, John.
But what I can see, what I can show is some absolutely fantastic comics that just came in last week. So
well, we're not doing that segment yet.
Damn it.
We're still Q&A for Rex.
Q&A.
We're still Q&A for Rex here.
By the way, with the interior designs that I saw, was there a particular style of comics you're trying to emulate, like Silver Age, Golden Age?
Well, I just respect John as an artist. I love his stuff. I never really thought about it till I got out.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome, Rick.
Talking about it. No, not you, John. John Falandes, who I've known for over 40 years, since 1982. A lot of people thought he had a golden age style, you know, an old 40s, 30s, 40s.
Yeah, that's the thing that it reminded me of.
Yeah, and he's kind of a DC guy. I'm kind of a Marvel guy. Although, you know, I read lots of DC as well and other comics. Doc, when it came to the backup stories, I absolutely try and play to the strengths of every artist, you know, kind of evaluate their work and say, what would they be? What characters would befit this artist, you know? And some artists are just so good they can do anything, but you know, but I do try and challenge everyone with what they do. And some things are just some very simple things, you know. For me, it's more about thinking out of the box, you know. I don't want to emulate Marvel per se or DC. No. I can borrow things, I can be inspired by them, but I try and be wholly original, especially when it comes to
especially in this age. Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that if we're tired of the crap that they're trying to pull off, you know, shovel our way as entertainment, then we're going to have to create it ourselves. And I've always had a desire and world builded, but it's only through crowdfunding that it's been able, and a larger platform of reaching your audience on YouTube, and other avenues, social media. Because up to 2 years ago, I didn't have a social media presence, you know, but I took good advice and had help absolutely by other YouTubers to build your channel for a couple years. And for me, I had the time to do daily, but I you know, and I'm sure that helped. It sure didn't hurt, but just getting people, when you do, it's not about I've seen many YouTubers have many more subscribers than I do.
Yeah.
And they only have up a few videos. They don't stream much at all. And I've not tried to play the algorithm. They make a connection with people.
Yeah, that's true.
Jay Dollar says, I always thought Stephen was older, not 18 years old.
He does have a very youthful face.
Stephen B., how old a fella are you?
Well, my birthday's coming up soon, so I'll tell you then.
Wait for it.
Gosh, mister, I'm 8 years old, going on 9.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Show me on the chart where the man touched you.
What are you talking?
Alrighty then.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
What the fuck?
All right, so we've reached that point in the show. Devil Flower Momentum on Fun My Comic. The link is in the chat. Rex, thank you for coming out today. I wish you all the best with your campaign. I look forward to not only seeing the product, but on working on some of it.
Ooh.
So thanks for inviting me to share on that journey with you. Pops, thanks for coming out. Yeah, thanks for coming out and helping me out while Tanner was away at the VA today. Tanner, if you're watching, God bless. We'll see you next week, brother. John Dillard, tell people where they can find you.
Far away from Rex on my own channel called Dillard Draws. Come to my channel later today. We're going to play a game called Scribbattle. Guessing game. What?
Scribbattle over on John's channel at what time, sir?
Never mind.
You serious?
What time for Scribbattle, John? Devil's Air, where can people find you?
I'm currently only on Twitter. I'm still doing some behind the scenes stuff on my own projects, but it's very early stages. But besides that, I'm just on Twitter sharing a lot of indie stuff where I can and if I find some.
All right, Stephen B.
Oh, you can find me on YouTube, you can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram under boldcatstudios.
All right. Thanks for coming out, gentlemen. Appreciate you.
Hold up. We only got 6 votes.
I cast mine.
Okay. Only got 6 votes over there so far. Go over there and vote. Because when the show's over, I add my vote, and that's the count.
Well, I haven't voted yet.
Go over there. I'm saying, go vote on the poll, because once I add my vote, then it's over. I can't actually click on my own poll, but you know, I'm adding 1 to the redhead. Everybody knows we're adding 1 to the redhead, but everybody needs to go vote. Before show's over, go vote.
Jumping jingles. Jumping jingles.
Show them again real quick, and then everybody go vote.
One last time before we announce our winner.
That's how you throw a wrench in the gears professionally.
Our beautiful and lovely returning champion, the Hard Rock Ginger, the blonde with a lot of plastic, and the lovely brunette Brandy.
Oh, that's AI. Why do you have AI images up here?
I'll vote.
Who can even tell anymore?
I can easily.
That's my neighbor. Shut up. And of course,
what the hell was that picture?
And of course, Carrie is the is
Ava
writing
Gardner.
for Stephen B. Yeah, that's Ava
Is she
Gardner.
dead?
Well, not in this photo. She's not.
Doc, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh. So anyway, that'll be enough out of everybody.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm tired of talking to you.
And don't think it hasn't been a little slice of heaven, because it hasn't.
Well, what do you know? I finally got the last word.
Good night, everybody.